Hey folks, Green Stuff Gav here. We're back with another parcel from Hatchet Partworks. If you haven't seen any of the previous videos, Hatchet Partworks are a company that tends to do monthly subscriptions where you get a bunch of magazines, often with a arts and crafts theme. So they do colouring, they do build your own TARDIS, that sort of thing. But they've been working with Games Workshop to do a set of magazines to teach everyone Warhammer 40,000 via Combat Patrol. So it's a weekly magazine, so it's £10 a week. We get the monthly magazine. We pay for it monthly because we're subscribed, and we get 4 issues at once. Now, because Hatchet are a bit random with sending to subscribers, I don't know which of 8 issues are available near you now, but we'll open up, we'll have a look. So we've got Premium Kit 3, so we'll go to that because I pay for the premium. We've got a receipt, and then we've got 4 issues. And we have got 61, 60, 59, 62, and a bonus orc one. So we can see here we've got this boss Snikrot. Let's have a look. We're not going to open him because I think, oh, it's got a thing on the back, so let's open it and have a look. Let's try and move things so I can see what I'm doing. So Snikrot was a character in one of the early editions that never had a model and then disappeared and then come back with a model later on. So we got a single piece kit, slightly bent, but not too as bad as the world guy. Is that 3 different heads? That's nice. Oh, because he's got his big old mask. That's nice. So you can put his mask on, or you can have separate heads. Nice little details there. I love like the little ropes, grapnels. Oh, cool. And a base. So we've got how to build him with the different options. So it shows you how to build them, where it's unusual for, oh no, it's only showing you how to build the one variant, but that's Combat Patrol for you. How to paint, how to paint, how to paint. More painting. Lovely little background of details, backgrounds, and his data sheet. So Combat Patrol, you've got set armies. In this set of magazines, they give us some alternate stats. Nice, lets you deep strike. Can only be attached to commandos who we haven't got in the Combat Patrol. Never mind. But use him instead of your war boss that we've got in the previous thing. So we just swap the war boss out for this guy. How that works points wise, I don't know. And we got, turns out that's a lovely little background thing that you fold up and take photos with. Again, that's the sort of thing they didn't need to do, but Combat Patrol is really good about giving you some extra bits and pieces. So that's cool. So issue 59, this one's going to be like hotcakes if you can find it. Extra on top of Combat Patrol is a Boomdakka Snazzwagon. Big old base. And the sprue. I like you've got a whole load of grots hanging off. Used to be an upgrade back in 5th, I think it was. You could take grot riggers. And in the cockpit, you got the driver's drinking. A whole load of shells. Again, Games Workshop plastic sprues are fantastic. I mean, this is 2018. It's still a fantastic kit. Very nice. Issue 59, Boomdakka Snazzwagon. So this was a tenner, but I think that's a 40 quid kit from Games Workshop. So certainly some value for money. So we've got about building sub-assemblies, which is nice. How to build all the bits. That's a lot of steps. That's a lot of steps. So I don't know if it gives you any options for the weapon, but we'll have to see how to paint it. I really like that's totally a achievable paint job for even someone like me that's not great at painting. It's still a nice tabletop standard. Again, we got some backgrounds. We could roll a name up. This is the sort of thing that didn't need to do, but they did. When you're using the combat patrol, you may remove the death copters and replace them with a Snazzwagon, which is quite nice. It's got all the rules that it comes with, which is helpful. And we got a racetrack. Nice. When you move normally, you can supercharge instead. D6, so very similar to boosting in Gorka Morka, although it was just a D6 and on a 1 you couldn't. Same chart, different words for orcs and space marines racing around a track. Nice. Again, that's really nice. I like that. Space Marine Chaplain versus a Boomdakka Snazzwagon racing around a board. I like that scenario. That's quite fun. And again, we're using the battle mats that we've got in the magazine, so it's all completely playable. Hearthguard and Magus, but we've seen that. That's cool. Talking of which, issue 60 is 5 Einhyr Hearthguard. Again, if it's anything like the previous issues, you're talking 40 quid. Danger. You're talking 40 quid, and that's a full unit. By the looks of it, it's not a one push fit or anything, so it looks like it's a full kit. Look at these chunky pistols. Chunky little plasma pistol. The Hellboy-esque crew bits. Those are super nice. I like these. Got all the details for where the pilot sits and these stumpy little legs, as you would expect from a squat and or Boltan space dwarf. Huge variety of different heads as well. So these I think are the AI ones, and then you got what, 3 ladies, rest men, but plenty of options. There's only 5 guys on the sprue, so you can mix and match faces, which is nice. I like that. So, as to be expected, how to build them. I'll have to look to see if these are set weapons options, because the combat patrol's being fixed to loadout. So, yeah, they want you to build them this way. I don't know if they get any options in the regular book, because I don't really play latest 40k. Again, how to paint them, some story time, and the background. Bodyguards of the leader. So again, they didn't have to write these little story things, but they did, which is nice. So you can remove the berserks for these guys. I like that they do that. I like the concept of being able to customize your combat patrols. New scenario for the Voltan versus Tyranids. Who can come back? New rules. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Genestealer Cult and paint. Talking of which, Genestealer Cults. So we've finished with the Space Dwarves. We might get another unit. No, I think that's the bonus unit there. So we've got the Genestealer Magus, which is a gorgeous model. I really like this one. She comes with a knife or a skull option and her lovely staff with a little Genestealer Patriarch. Yeah, really nice mini. Seen it in plenty of conversions. It's very, very cool. Although they've got the illustration of the other one, which is quite funny. How to build your Magus. See, this gives you the option of a skull or a knife, so I like that. Very simple kit, but looks quite nice. How to paint. Still painting. And again, that's a really nice solid paint job. Like, very achievable. I like that. They could have gone with a heavy metal paint job, but they haven't. Background to the Genestealer Cults. So again, it's very good for learning 40k sort of and all the lore. So again, how to background to roll for your Magus. We've got some names, so we can roll names up later on the backgrounds. Names, backgrounds. So again, build it, paint it, play it. And their data sheet. Deep Strike. Nice. Genestealer Cults and previous dishes all popped up. New scenario of a Magus against some Eldar. Oh, four Eldar Guardians versus Genestealer Magus. How to move the Genestealer Magus. The Guardians, it's all AI. And more adverts. So we've got paints next, and then we start getting some actual minis. On top of that, we've got a new playmat. These are quite good. They're nicely detailed, and they're detailed to match Games Workshop's plastic terrain. So you can see here, like, all this detail will match it up nicely. If you paint it to go with, that's cool. I believe that's a Combat Patrol size board. We might need to look. Quite cool. And then finally for actual issues, issue 62. We've got the aforementioned paints. Wild Rider Red, which is a lovely orange. And Caliban Green, which the old Dark Angels Green had a bit more depth to the colour. So it's a bit more pastel. But more paint is always good. Now these issues aren't good value because you're talking £3 a paint and you just paid 9 for 2. But so using the paints that we've got, we're going in and doing some highlighting. Some more across, so the different combat patrols, so the Eldar, the Space Marines. We're now building them up with the extra paints. Mechanic, Voltan, Tyranids. We can see as the colours go on, the paint jobs go even further. We are due a new brush. I'm surprised they haven't thrown they threw a brush in, that'd be a worthwhile issue. More Genestealers. Hearthguard backgrounds. More story times. More story times. Campaign. So again, these are linked scenarios using the combat patrols. That's quite nice. Like scenario. Tyranids versus leagues. And then what's coming next? So next month we'll get Acolytes, 2 issues for the hybrids, and then 1 more issue with something interesting in it. But I pay extra, so we get the premium kits, which is generally a couple of high value kits for some of the combat patrols we've seen. So this time we're getting killer cans and some more Voltan. So big old bases for the killer cans. And a couple for the Voltan guys, who are on top. So let's have a look at these first. I don't know what these guys are. We'll find out in a minute. Looks like it's heavy weapons troopers. That's got 3 different options on that sprue. So these similar sprues? Yeah, so similar sprues or similar loadouts, but the gunners are slightly different. So I think each one will do a dude, which is nice. That's 3 heavy weapons troopers. Again, really nice detail. Surprised they're one-piece bodies, and then you put the arms on separate. It's great big gauntlets. They're really, really cool. Got 2 mailhead options. You've got just the 1 option there. Looks like a lady. Is that 3 options there? 3 different heads. Nice. So a few options there. And the weapons options, which is important. And killer cans have been out for ages. In fact, the sprue will probably tell us. Or it won't. 2009. So it's quite an old kit, but it's really, really characterful. It's got some longevity in it. But these aren't 1 per sprue. You spread these out, so you get all the bits across them. But got a wide range of different weapons and options, and yeah, they're really cool. I like them. And we get a Celebrator issue to go with them, again for the premium kit. How to build killer cans. How to build killer cans. Again, these will be set weapons options, so there'll be spare bits. But if you were to download the instructions, you could build them however you like. Especially those that don't really want to play Combat Patrol. How to build Thunderkin. Again, these are designed only one way, but you can swap the guns out because easy. How to paint, how to paint, how to paint, how to paint. Yeah, heavy weapons guys with little exosuits. They're really nice. I like them. I really like the Voltan range. I should really spend some effort on them. Reading up. Killer cans. So you get 3 killer cans. Again, some background, a unit name, which you rolled back at the start. Doesn't say about how to take them. +1 strength when shooting. +1 attacks when shooting. Nice. That's quite good. I quite like cans come with a 6-up invuln. So the Combat Patrol magazines, the magazines telling us the different weapons they come with. But for Combat Patrol itself, they'll only come with 1. Oh no, it gives you the option. That's nice. You can use in friendly games. I'm surprised they didn't give us replacement. But I suppose if you're buying you all got the premium editions, you can all get extra units. So, a scenario. So using the combat patrol plus the 3 extra dudes, combat patrol plus 3 cans, and they fight. You get 5 victory points for controlling objectives, so that's nice. Yeah. All in all, quite a worthwhile set of magazines. Again, try your local supermarket, try your local newsagents. Because of scalpers, we have seen quite a few supermarkets are keeping them tucked away, and we'll give you a copy if you ask. Because, you know, people got to spoil it for everyone. But all in all, thanks for watching. Do the YouTubey things. But most of all, have fun.